We gon' talk about some things tonight. Got it in a glass with ice. We got voices, we got views tonight. We got voices, we got views tonight. We gon' talk about some things tonight. Got the tea in a glass with ice. We got voices, we got views tonight. We got voices, we got views tonight. Come to the light.
Hello, 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 everybody. It's been a busy day today. I tell you, you might notice by the different time that I'm doing. I'm on here a little later than normal. Just got done with our board meeting for Operation Love Freeport. So very excited there. Welcome to Voices and Views. I am your host, Sam, and I still wanted to go and do this topic I found, with you. Even though everything was rush, today, um, not just today, the last few days actually, but just getting stuff done. But tonight, we're going to be talking about something that affects every single one of us, whether we teenagers, we can be parents, grandparents, business owners, students, or retirees. Feels so good to retire. The question is simple. Has technology made us more connected or made us more lonely? Think about it. Has technology made us more connected or made us feel more lonely? Now, I don't want to do all the talking here, so I'm hoping you guys are going to jump in and you're going to go and interact. Put your comments here. Share the live first. Make sure you share the live. Share. So take a moment to think about that. Do you feel more connected with technology now, or do you feel a little lonely with it? We have smartphones that can reach someone halfway around the world in seconds. We can video chat with loved ones, shop without leaving home, attend meetings online, learn almost anything with just a few taps. Just a few taps. And now we even have artificial intelligence that can answer questions, help us write, assist us with everyday tasks. And in many ways, this is an amazing time to be alive. In many ways. But despite all these incredible advances, we hear more people talking about loneliness than ever before. I wonder why. I do. I hear people talk about it a lot more now. So tonight, we're not here to criticize technology. We're not here to praise it either. We're here to have a real conversation because every new invention brings opportunities and challenges. As always, I want you to be a part of tonight's show. A part, not just me, and tell me where you're watching from. You can go ahead and put it in there. I'll pull up the chats when I see something coming in. Let me get my cursor set here. So if you do have comments and everything, that I can pull them up. Okay, let's do that now. Get out the way, box. I want that. Okay. I'll get on the chat box to make sure. So let's go. Okay, remember when? I like to start with a trip down memory lane. Do you remember when family telephone was attached to the wall? I know you remember that family telephone. It was attached to the wall, and if someone called, everyone in the house knew it. Everyone in the house knew it. If your best friend wasn't home, you simply tried again later. When you wanted to visit someone, you often just knocked on their door. Children spend afternoons riding bikes, playing tag, jumping rope, or shooting basketballs until the street lights came on. And neighbors, they knew each other's names. People sat on front porches, churches, community centers, and neighborhood gatherings. They all brought people together. They all brought people together. Was life perfect? Of course not. It wasn't perfect. But as many people will say, there was something special about those face to face conversations. Yes, there's still something special about those face to face. Today, things look very different. Many of us carry computers in our pockets that are far more powerful than the machines that help send astronauts to the moon. With one tap, we can communicate almost instantly. And that's incredible progress. But here's the question: has all of that convenience strengthened our relationships? I mean, the convenience is good, but has it strengthened our relationships? Or have we unintentionally replaced some of them? That's a good question. All right. So here we go. The amazing side of technology then. Let's be fair. Technology has transformed lives in wonderful ways. Families separated by thousands of miles, they can celebrate birthdays through video calls now. Grandparents can watch grandchildren grow up even when they live across the country. Doctors can meet patients remotely. Students have access to educational resources that previous generations could only dream about. Small businesses can reach customers around the globe. Volunteers can organize food drives, blood drives, and community events in just a matter of minutes. Even organizations like Operation Love Freeport benefit from technology by sharing volunteer opportunities, collecting donations, and keeping supporters informed. Technology has helped countless nonprofits serve more people. That's something worth celebrating. That part is something worth celebrating. Okay, here we go. Let's enter the AI, artificial intelligence. Everybody's talking about it now. Everybody. And as a creator myself, I use it a lot to create the chaos while giving the real me doing something I actually do for real. So I use AI in my videos, and they do very well. But there are a few people that don't like, and I appreciate their comments too, because their comments still help. So, artificial intelligence, just hearing those words, they do spark different reactions. Some people are excited and some people are nervous. Some people aren't quite sure what to think about it. AI can help us brainstorm ideas. It can help people learn. It can translate languages too. Yeah, it can assist you in writing. It can organize schedules and it can help business become more efficient. For people with disabilities, AI powered tools are opening doors that never existed before. There is enormous potential. But like every powerful tool, the real question isn't what AI can do. The question is, how will we choose to use it? Will it help us become more productive? If so, that's a good thing. Will it free us to spend more time with family? That's the good thing. That's where tonight's conversation actually began. Here's my first question. If your phone disappears for one entire day, just one, no texting, no social media, no email, no internet, what would you do? Would you visit someone? Would you call a friend from a landline? Would you read a book? Would you take a walk? Or would you feel completely just disconnected? Because there's no right answer. I'm curious. I'm curious on how would you feel if all of these things were just gone for a day? How would you feel? Share your thoughts. Let me know in the comments. If you don't put them here now, put them later. Okay, let's keep going. Are we just communicating then, or are we just messaging? Let's think about something many of us have seen. You walk into a restaurant, a family of four sitting together, and everyone has their phone in their hand. No one's talking to each other. Everyone has a phone. Here's four people having dinner together, but everyone has their phone in their hand. Or maybe friends are hanging out together, but instead of laughing and sharing the stories, they're scrolling through their videos. They're not talking to you, they're there with you, but they're not talking to you. We've become excellent at sending messages, not talking, but sending messages. But are we becoming less comfortable having conversations? Are we? Are we? Think about it. Are we less comfortable talking to people? Is that why we send a message, or is it just the convenience? I want to know. A text can tell someone you're thinking about them. A phone call lets them hear your voice. A visit lets them feel your presence. Those aren't the same things. Technology makes communication easier. As we head into the next part of tonight's discussion, I want to leave this with you. Technology is one of the greatest tools ever created. Yeah, but every tool depends on the hands that use it. How are you going to use it? That matters. It's not just all the time the technology. How are you going to use it? The challenge isn't choosing between technology and people either. The challenge is making sure technology help us build stronger relationships instead of quietly just replacing them. Okay, so stay with me because the next time we'll explore social media, loneliness, AI, companionship, and whether we're creating a future that's more connected or simply just connected to our screens. I hope not. So, on our break here, let's take a break actually. Why don't we do that? Why don't we take an actual break and read a couple of announcements and then we'll continue.
Voices and Views Productions is officially sponsored by Zan's Celebration Popcorn. Handcrafted with love in small batches, every single bag is a celebration. We now feature 11 delicious, sweet, and crunchy flavors, including our newest additions, pink cream and pink lemonade. Try them today with our $1 sample bags. To order, call or text us at 815-275-5468 or pay with ease on Cash App at hashtag ZandraBright1.
All right. So I do have a couple announcements here. So let me see what we have going on in the community. We always, because we are community based here at Voices and Views Productions, we always have some announcements, some type of announcements. And trust me, it's only a few of what's going on in town. People say it's not a lot going on. It all depends on what you want to be involved in. There's always something going on. We only read a few of them because otherwise we'll be here the whole time. So, Saturday, August 15th, 10 to 4, Creek Park Art Walk is going on, and that event is by the Freeport Park District, the 15th, and that's on Saturday. And here's what you can expect: a day filled with creativity and inspiration and marketplace to foster, connections between artists and those who value unique handmade treasures. This one-day art affair attracts thousands of visitors and features artists, live music, and a variety of regional food vendors. Hmm. Okay, that's coming up real soon. Great Park Art Walk. And let's see, is this over August 6th? We have United Way, drive through backpack, and school supplies giveaway. Parents, add this to your schedule and thank FACE Face Freeport School District 145, August 6th from 5 to 7 p.m. And the location is at Freeport High School. You guys, it's a drive through. You don't even have to get out your cars. Drive through, get your backpack. That's it. Okay, here's another one. This is another backpack. So, you guys, people ask all the time, well, I need backpacks. I need nonsense. Freeport has so many backpack giveaways for this small town. Everybody and their daddy is giving away backpacks. So you guys just got to get out. They're not going to bring them to you. And here I just read, it's a drive-through one at the school. There's a drive-through one. You don't even have to get out your vehicle. And the backpack, yes, they do have supplies in them. They're generally not just empty. So here's another one. Save the date, and this is Sunday, on a Sunday, August 9th at Jane Addams Community Center, 430 West Washington. Now, this one is in Cedarville. Cedarville is nowhere from here. You might as well say Freeport. They're giving away 300 backpacks, and they're all going to be filled completely what school supplies. And this is sponsored by Hope Wins, and this their second annual. You guys get out there, support, and they're going to be distributing them from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. And they have a VIP entry for registered MAC camp attendees. And then 11 to 1 p.m., it'll be open to the general public. Okay, so they'll have a special opening from 10 to 11, and the general public, you can go from 11 to 1. Reach out to Hope Wins for more information on that one. All right, let me say here. Let's do one more here. Paint the Port. August, well, I skipped one. I had them in order. Let's get back. All right, here we go. The Golden Days Picnic and Bingo. And this is Saturday, August 22nd. And that's on from 11 to 3 at the Freeport Public Library, 100 East Douglas Street. Ages 65 and over, you guys. This is for the elderly in our community to show some appreciation for Operation Love. Freeport is sponsoring this event. It's on free admission. It's free to pay bingo. You'll have like little finger food stuff to snack on. No big a meal or anything, but you'll have finger food stuff to snack on. And then you'll play bingo and get some great prizes, and that's all free. And but the seating is limited. I can't stress that enough. The seating is limited. I have to know just how many is going to be there. Whether you're not sure, you put your name on that list, reserve a spot. You need to sign up. No one will be able to just walk in at the last minute, even if someone else is there signed up. I have to know for the food. I have to know for the space. I have to know. And you can let Operation Love know if you want to reserve your spot by calling 815-275-5468. Again, that's 815-275-5468. That's the 10 the Golden Days Picnic and Bingo game sponsored by Operation Love Freeport, just to love up on our seniors and show them, tell them we appreciate it. Free meal, bingo, and prizes, but you must reserve because it's first come, first serve. And once we fill our capacity, that's it. We can't do anymore. So go ahead and reach out, and let's get back. Let's get back. And we talking about tonight is technology made us feel more connected or more lonely? Hmm. My personal vote, I would say more connected because I get to connect with a wide range of people that I wouldn't normally connect with. You only, even if you're making phone calls, you're only gonna make so many. You're not gonna sit there and be able to connect with that many. And with technology, you can reach out to groups of people at a time. So I'd say more connected. I don't, it doesn't make me feel more lonely, not at all, in the least. The digital mirror. So everybody, now, I like to look a little deeper, not at the technology itself, but how we use it because technology isn't making the decisions. You know who's making them? We are. We make the decision every time we use the technology on how we use it, what we're going to do. So we're making the decision. It's just a tool that's there if you want to use it. Okay. Let's talk about social media. For many people, social media is a wonderful thing. And it's because some make money off of it, some for those reasons that we mentioned in the first part, with connecting with parents and family members and doing a lot of things like that. Um, those are all positive and all good. So it helps us connect with old classmates. You can watch your grandchildren grow. You can promote your business and support nonprofits and celebrate birthdays, all with everyone scattered everywhere. And you can share your accomplishments. There are countless positive moments that happen online every single day, because I experience that every single day through my shows, through my community work, and my creative projects. I connected with people I never have met otherwise. Never would have met them. Sometimes I see the names, but I never would have met with the people otherwise. Never would have, because we just wouldn't cross paths that way. That's something to appreciate. But social media also has another side. Sometimes we spend so much time watching other people's lives that we stop fully living our own. We see vacation, perfect meals, beautiful homes, successful businesses, smiling family photos, award announcements, celebrations. What we usually don't see are the struggles behind those pictures. We don't see the sleepless nights, the financial worries, the disappointments, or the arguments, the moments of self doubt. Wow. Life is rarely as it appears on screen anyway. You guys know that. And when we compare our everyday lives to someone else's highlight reel, it's easy to feel like we've fallen behind. Have you ever caught yourself doing that? I know I have. Then I remind myself everybody has a story, everybody has challenges. Everybody. Everybody have days when things don't go according to plan. So I love to hear that from you too. Have you ever taken a break from social media? Have you? If you have, did you miss it? I'm trying to think. Have I ever taken a break from social media? I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think I've taken just a break to say, oh, I need a break. I'm not gonna be there. I don't think so. I don't think I let it get to me like that, because I only use it when I want to, and when I don't want to be bothered with it, I don't. And so, if you did you miss it when you took a break, or you felt more relaxed? Okay, let's talk about something that's becoming more common, the AI. Some people use it to write, some people use it to learn, some people use it to organize their schedules. They use it for all kinds of different things. AI, and I know some people don't like it for various reasons for what it used and this and that, but they don't realize they might not use it one way, but they're using it in other things without realizing it most of the time. Um, some use it simply because they enjoy having someone or something to talk to. For people who live alone, for seniors, for someone dealing with grief, so for someone with limited mobility, um, having an AI conversation may actually provide them some comfort. And I think that's worth acknowledging. That's worth acknowledging, yes. Sometimes AI can encourage people to think, to create, to learn, to solve problems. Those are all positive. But here's what I like us to think about carefully. Can AI replace friendships? Can it? I guess if you allow it to, it could. But can it on its own? No, because we're all in control. Don't matter how much AI we use, we're in control. Can it replace family? Can it replace sitting across the table for someone who truly knows you? In my opinion, no. You can do that because relationships aren't built only on conversations. They're built on shared experiences, shared memories, shared laughter, sometimes shared tears. And they're built by showing up for each other. Because technology can support relationships, but it shouldn't become the relationship. Experts have talked more and more about loneliness over the past several years. Interestingly, many people report feeling lonely even though they're constantly connected online. How's that possible? Maybe because connection isn't measured by the number of contacts in our phone. It isn't measured by followers or likes or views. Real connection is knowing someone genuinely cares about how you're doing. It's having someone who notices when you're usually quiet, someone who checks on you, someone who celebrates your victories, and someone who stands beside you during difficult seasons. Those relationships can't be measured with an app. One of the things I've learned through community service is this: people don't always need someone to solve every problem. Sometimes they just need someone to simply listen. When Operation Love visits seniors, when volunteers spend time talking, when someone feels remembered, they can actually see the difference. Sometimes a conversation means more than a meal. Sometimes being noticed means more than receiving a gift. That reminds us that human connections, they still matter very, very much. Now, I'd like you to think about our children and our grandchildren. They're growing up in a world that's very different from the one that we experienced, first of all. Many have never known this world actually without their smartphones, without streaming, without social media, AI. Think about that. Some of these kids don't know any other world without this stuff. We do, they don't. So maybe the question is whether technology is good or bad. Maybe a better question about that is, are we teaching young people how to use technology without letting technology use them? Hmm. Are we teaching the importance of eye contact, listening, patience, kindness, conversation? These skills still matter. And perhaps they matter now more than ever. Okay, let's get ready for our next part of the conversation then, because I want to leave you with another question. If technology disappeared tomorrow, who would you visit first? Who would you call? Who would you want sitting across the table from you? Think about that. Because those answers tells us something very important about what we value the most. Has technology brought us closer together, or has it quietly just pulled us apart? The truth is, I think the answer could be both. It could pull us apart or it could bring us together. It all depends on how we use it and control it. That's it. The truth is, it could be both, remember. And technology isn't the problem, it's how we choose to use it. So stop blaming technology for this and that and that. It's whether how we use it, if we use it, and it's up to us, our decision. Hmm. So in this part of the show, let's shift our focus then. Let's go from the problem to the solution, like in a math class. You get the problem, you got to come up with the solution. Ain't doing no good to just look at the problem and dwell on that. Because if we recognize what's happening, we also have the power to change it. Let that sink in. And that's in many, many situations. If you recognize what's happening, that means you have the power to change it. Let's be honest, technology is here to stay. Hate it, love it, it's here to stay. And artificial intelligence is growing, growing, growing. Smart devices, they becoming smarter. They don't just put out these devices and let them work, can do this and that. No, they thinking about, okay, now let's make them do this. I wonder if they can do this. So it's not a one fall. They're continuing to evolve. Cars can practically drive themselves, and some of them do drive themselves. I personally wouldn't trust them. Homes respond to voice commands. hmm Businesses, they rely on automation. Schools use digital learning. Hospitals use advanced technology to save lives every day. And none of this is going away. So maybe the goal isn't to fight technology. Maybe the goal is become wiser about how we use it. Think about fire. Fire can cook a meal. Fire can keep us warm. Fire can also destroy. The fire isn't good or bad, it's how we use it. Technology is much the same. So here's something for all of us to think about. How much time is spent truly connecting with another human being? How much of that time? Not scrolling and not watching videos, not reading comments, actually talking or listening or laughing with somebody or sharing something with somebody. Sometimes the most meaningful conversations happen without technology at all. That's the way we used to do them. But now that we have it, it's a great tool. Like I say, I'm not down. It's a great tool. But we can't forget the human interaction. We can't forget that. Sometimes the most meaningful conversations happen without any technology. Like maybe you out somewhere talking with somebody and y'all just having coffee. You're not on your phone, you're not on your phone. You're just talking one on one, having coffee or having a meal or whatever, and you're not using your phone. That's a human interaction right there. So we need a little bit of both, in my opinion. Maybe it's just sitting on the front porch talking to somebody, or just taking a walk with somebody. You know, just that little thing. Those moments usually they don't go viral. Those are just human, normal connections. But they often become the memories that we treasure most and that we remember. One thing I've learned through community service is that people are hungry for connection. When I visit seniors, many of them enjoy the meal, but what they remember most is a conversation, somebody stopping at their door. They remember someone taking time to ask, "How you doing?" Listening to what they have to say. Sometimes they tell the stories over and over, years and years, but we just listen, listen and enjoy. And that reminds me that being present is one of the greatest gifts we can give another person. Not expensive gifts, not fancy words, just our attention. In today's world, attention may be one of the rarest gifts of all. Rarest gift. So let me ask you something. Who is someone you haven't talked to in a long time? A childhood friend, a cousin, a former teacher, neighbor? After tonight's show, maybe send them a message. Better yet, give them a call. If it's not too late, don't be rude. If it's not too late. You never know how much that simple act means to someone you haven't talked to in a long time. You just, hey, I didn't one thing. I was just thinking about you here, and I just want to say hello. I'm not gonna hold you on the phone. I was thinking about you, and I said, let me reach out, give you a call. That's it. You're not asking for nothing. You're not expecting anything back. You're just checking on them. You haven't heard from them. Our grandchildren are watching us. Our grandchildren are watching us. They will see us constantly glued to our phone. If they see us that way, that's going to be normal to them. If they see us putting the phone down during dinner, that becomes normal too. If they see us volunteering, helping neighbors, having real conversations, listening respectful to people with different opinions, those lessons become part of who they are. Technology teaches skills, people teach values, and we need both of them. We need the technology and we need the values. One beautiful thing about technology is that it can actually bring people together. Think about the community groups or the volunteer organization or the churches, local events, the fundraisers, the neighborhood cleanups. Technology can help us organize all of those things. It can help us reach people we might never have met. But eventually, someone has to leave the keyboard. Someone has to show up. Communities aren't built with likes, they're built by people. That's something I believe with all my heart. I've seen strangers become volunteers, and volunteers become friends, and friends become family. And it all started because someone decided to show up. Someone. So I was checking to see if I had any more announcements, but I don't. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. I thank you all for being here with me. So let's end up wrapping this up. Whether you're volunteering, whether you're mentoring young people, supporting a local nonprofit, or checking on the elderly neighbor, or donating to a food pantry, or simply offering a kind word to someone who needs it. Thank you. Thank you for doing those things because those small acts of kindness, they create strong, strong community. And if you know of an upcoming community event, feel free to share it in the comments because, as I say, I do look and I research and just randomly pull out some things that I think people in the community will be interested in attending. But if you have something, your organization or some other organization, and you think that, yeah, shout them out and make this announcement for someone to come out and enjoy their event. Post it here, send a message, post it here so we can get it weaved into the comments and anything. So if you know of something, let us know because one of the goals here at Voices and Views is to shine a light on the good things happening right around us. It is good things happening around us, and we want to help shine that light on there. So as we get ready for our final segment, I'd like you to think about one last question. Imagine that it is 20 years from now when your children or your grandchildren look back on this time in history, will they remember us as a generation that became consumed by technology? Or the generation that learned how to use technology to make the world a little kinder? That's a question each of us answers every single day. That is an easy, easy one. So, has technology really made us more connected or more lonely? We looked at incredible benefits technology has brought in our lives. There are incredible benefits. And we looked at some of them. We talked about social media. We talked about artificial intelligence online, communication, and the importance of that human, real human relationship. Our seniors aren't connected with all this technical and technology, and they're not connected with all that. They don't know about all that stuff. So, are we just going to exclude them out then? They don't get any conversation or any interaction? No. Human interaction is still important, but it's also important to have technology. The world is going to continue to grow. It's not going to go backwards. You wouldn't want it to go backwards. It's going to go forward. And technology, fortunately, it's going to be a part of that. I mean, it's not going away. It's how you use it. It's how you choose to use it and what you use it for. That's one thing then I hope everybody learned tonight in this. Technology isn't our enemy. It isn't. It isn't. Unless you make it your enemy. But neither should it become identity. It shouldn't become your identity. No. No. Okay. Life is full of balancing acts. We balance work, we balance family, rest, responsibility, saving, spending, and technology belongs on that list too. There's absolutely nothing wrong with enjoying your smartphone. Nothing. You probably paid enough for it. You're supposed to enjoy it. There's nothing wrong with using AI to help you learn something new. And I can say that I've used AI here recently. to learn a lot about technology that I didn't know before. So for me, that's nothing bad because these are things that I didn't know that will help me in life. And now I know. And when I forget some of it, I can go back and retrieve it and remind myself. So these are skills that I'm learning. So it's a plus for me in that sense. So there's nothing wrong with using AI to learn something. There's nothing wrong with watching videos, connecting with your friends online, or sharing your favorite memories. There's nothing wrong with that. The question are we using technology or is technology using us? That's the question. That's it. It's nothing wrong with you doing nothing you're doing. If we reach for our phone every time there's a quiet moment, maybe we've forgotten how valuable quiet moments can be. Sometimes the greatest ideas come during silence. Sometimes healing begins during stillness. Sometimes relationships grow simply because two people willing to sit together and talk. So it's a challenge for all of us. So I like to end tonight with this challenge. It's not a difficult one, it's just a simple challenge. So sometime this week, not next week, the last week is over, this week, put your phone down for 1 hour. Can you do it? 1 hour. 1 hour. Just 1 hour. It's not all day. 1 hour. Pick an hour and you say, boom, and leave that phone down for 1 hour. I ain't gonna look at it. If it rings, if it's something important, by all means, answer it. If it rings, I don't have to worry about it. 1 hour. Or if you're not expecting any phone call, let it go to voicemail. Just ignore it. 1 hour. Use that hour to do something else. Okay? Go visit a friend. Go outside, take a walk. Take your grandchildren, get some ice cream. Volunteer, read a book. Sit on your porch with a cup of coffee. Or your favorite beverage. Just sit out there for an hour and relax. Crochet. No, that'd be me. I'll be doing that again later. Paint. Write. Pray. Reflect. Whatever. Do something for that 1 hour that you don't have to involve your phone in. Do something that reminds you what it feels like to simply just be present, to be there. Because sometimes those moments often become the ones we remember the most. Before we wrap up, I'd like to hear from you. If you don't respond now, please respond later when you view this. Let's revisit the questions we asked throughout the evening. Do you think technology has brought people closer together? Has social media improved your relationship or made them more complicated? Do you believe AI is something to embrace, something to approach carefully, or maybe a little bit of both? What are some ways you stay connected with the people who matter the most? There are no perfect answer, and that's okay. Sometimes the best conversations are the ones where we listen to one another with respect, even when we don't agree at all. It's not about that. Before I close, I like to share something from the heart. One of the greatest blessings in my life has been serving this community through Operation Love, through Voices and Views Productions, through volunteering. I met people from every walk of life. different ages, different backgrounds, different beliefs. And one thing keeps showing up over and over again: people want to be seen, people want to be heard, okay? People want to know that they matter. Technology can help us reach one another, but kindness, compassion, a handshake, a hug, a conversation, these are things that change lives. So never underestimate the power of simply asking someone, "How you doing today?" And then taking the time to truly listen. As we move into a future filled with even more incredible technology, I hope we don't lose sight of the simple things that make us human. Laughed around the dinner table, helping a neighbor, or reading a bedtime story to a child, visiting a senior who hasn't had company in a while, holding someone's hand during a difficult moment, celebrating together, comforting each other. These moments will never go out of style. Technology will continue to evolve, artificial intelligence will continue to improve, but that human heart still longs for genuine connection. Maybe that's the lesson. The future doesn't have to be a choice between people and technology. Perhaps the future is about using technology to strengthen our relationships instead of replacing them. Thank you for spending this hour with me. If tonight's conversation made you stop and think, I'd love for you to share this episode with somebody else. Maybe I'll spark a conversation. It'll spark a conversation probably around the dinner table, maybe. Maybe it encourage someone to pick up the phone and call a loved one. Or maybe to simply remind someone that they're not alone. If you enjoyed tonight's discussion, please like, follow, and share, subscribe so you don't miss any future conversations here on Voices and Views. And if you have a topic you'd like me to cover, leave it in the comments. I always enjoy hearing your ideas and using your ideas. Until next time, remember this: technology may help us communicate, but kindness helps us to connect. I'm Zan, and this has been Voices and Views. Please take care of yourself, take care of one another, and I will see you next time. Good night.